Peace and blessings from asarimhotep with the Martin Delaney Center for Egyptology. And today is Friday, July the 1st, 2022. And this is an open forum. And I will be talking about, initially at least, the Hapi One Africa tour and my time there. And I've sent out the invitation to a number of people who actually attended the tour. And so, hopefully a few of them, or at least one, will come on by the end of the night. If not, then I will open it up to the folks in the chat. But again, this is an open forum, and I want to welcome each and every one of you. And all that and more when we return in just a sec. Welcome. And I want to thank each and every one of you again who are attending live, those of you who are on Facebook, and then, of course, those of you who are on YouTube. And we are streaming live as well on Twitter. So starting a little earlier today because I have to end a little earlier tonight because right now I am in King of Prussia, and I'll be on my way to Jersey, and then from Jersey I'll be on my way to New York City for their International African Arts Festival. And so I see you, Miss Counts, and I'll bring you in just a moment. All righty. And so, yeah, I'm going to be in New York on tomorrow for the African International Arts Festival. So it'll be my first time checking it out. And, as long as I've lived in Philly, I always seem to miss it for some reason. So this year. And so what I am going to do first and foremost is, again, acknowledge everyone who is joining us from Twitter and joining us from Facebook, and of course joining us on YouTube. Peace to Sister Tamika, and she's reminding you to thumb up the video, and you know how we do. That's right. Make sure that you hit the like. And if you are new to the channel, make sure that you hit the bell and subscribe. And make sure, again, that you hit the bell so that when we're doing any kind of live event, or if I upload video, you will be the first to know when we upload or when anything is going on here. Peace to SE 44. Thank you for joining. And peace to Teti Ursama Atras and Neferu. Nice to have you in the building, as well as Lions Times Baby. And I know it's been a minute. It's probably been like a month or so since I've actually done a live. And it's been 2 weeks, I think, since we came back from Egypt. And I haven't done a live since then. That's because I've been in the mix and doing a lot of things. So I'm gonna slowly get back into the swing of things. And so again, for those of you who are just joining, we're going to talk about the Hapi trip and the One Africa tour in Egypt. It was about 83 or 84, I'm not sure of the number, of us that went, and we left on, what was it, May the 29th, and returned on June the 8th. And so we hit up a lot of spots, and this is my third time in Egypt. So but this was my first time going with a very large group, and so it was a unique experience for me, although I've been there before. And peace to me myself. Thank you for joining, as well as Travel Light. Thank you for watching and for your support. And so we at least have one person on the stream who was there at the
Thank you.
at the Hapi tour. Sister Sandra Counts. First and foremost, welcome to the Mbongi.
Thank you.
And let me do that, since it's only two of us right now. And so before we get into it, I just want to, kind of recap for a lot of the people who, may not remember or just aren't privy to, what was going on. So originally there was going to be a tour and a conference in February of this year. And excuse the background noise if y'all hear it. Hopefully it ain't too loud. I am outside, and so it's kind of a busy area out here in King of Prussia. For those of you who are familiar with this area, but so there was going to be a tour and conference in February with a number of speakers, including myself, and presenters. And just shortly, probably like a couple of weeks right before, or maybe a week, the week of, maybe a week and a half, there was a movement online from Egyptian nationals to cancel the conference. And so they created a whole change.org campaign, was making videos. They were having conversations on news channels, with a whole bunch of misinformation, first and foremost about, who were coming and what we were going to talk about, what we've talked about in the past, and what we were coming there to do. So, allegedly we was coming there to team up with the Nubians and essentially start a revolution of some sort. And we were coming to kick out and rally to kick out the Egyptians and all this other kind of stuff. It was just a whole bunch of madness. And allegedly, a few of our panelists, were threatened or something to that nature in terms of bodily harm. And I think that went to Dr. Solange Ashby, who was originally on the conference schedule, as well as Anthony Browder. And I think his he's doing an excavation out there in Egypt, and so those things were threatened. And so when it got to that point, then the organizers of Aket Tours, Brother Taki Grant, Sister Felicia, and I don't know if Brittany was a part. Well, yeah, Brittany, Dr. Brittany Motley was also part of that organizing structure. Decided to cancel the conference itself, but the tour was going to still go. But after some dialogue internally and like, the tour was also canceled, or I should say postponed. And so actually both events were postponed. So what ended up happening is they rescheduled the conference, and due to scheduling and other issues, a number of the original presenters were changed for the conference, which ended up happening in Detroit, Michigan, in what was it, April? Was it in April? March?
Yes.
Yeah, if it went, I think it was April. No, or was it May? Like at the beginning of May? Yeah, I think it was at the beginning of May. Because we only had a few weeks until the actual tour. So we had the conference in Detroit, and then a few weeks later, we were headed out to Egypt. And so, it was, I had a good time, and I got to meet a slew of new folks, and some folks I got to meet for the first time who I've only interacted with digitally. And so one of those people who I met on this tour is Miss Sandra Counts, who is on the panel right now. So again, thank you for coming. And if you can, introduce yourself to the Mbongi audience.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad I was on Facebook at the time, and I just a minute before, and I was like, "What can do here?" And I'm happy to be on. Very nice meeting you. Yeah, my first time, and really enjoyed this tour. Uh, I returning home for like Egypt was in my dreams. It was very powerful. Learned a lot and want to go back again with this group of people. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I'm hearing you breaking up, and someone in the audience also said that you're breaking up. I'm
Oh, it
not
might be
sure. I'm sorry.
my location at home.
It might be. Are you on your phone, or are you on the internet? I mean, like a PC.
Now I do have a PC, but again, I was just like on Facebook and I saw that this was coming up. Like it was a minute before 8. So I'm like, oh, let me see if I can get on. That's why I'm actually on with using my
I
yeah.
see. Well, if you believe that the computer will be faster, I'm gonna be on for a while, so you can try joining us there, and we'll see if the audio is better, because you're coming out really choppy. And
Oh,
so
that
you can just follow that same link, and it'll bring you right on. And
sounds
I'll
good.
put you in once you come in. All righty.
Okay.
All righty.
Peace.
So that's all righty. So yeah, I was hearing the same thing too. So we'll just wait for her to come back on. But in the meantime, I guess I will, you know, let's see. Let me do that. All righty. I'm sorry. I was just making sure that she was released from the back end. And so what I'm going to do is probably share a few images. I guess I'll share my whole screen. So boom. And I didn't take a whole bunch of photos this time because many of the locations that we went to, I've been to before. So I have a whole bunch of photos of those, and so I took a few this time. But as well as one of the reasons that I made it here is because I wanted to get some video footage for the trailer, which I'm putting together for the documentary film that I am putting together. So let me see. I will. So, again, it was like, hopefully, y'all can see that it was a gang of us, there. And, you had people coming from, as far west as California, as south as Houston and Dallas, of course, New York. The sister who just came on, I believe, is from Jersey, and it was just good vibes all around. It was just a slew of people, and of course, we had our elders with us. We have we had Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Mama Rosalind, Dr. Mama Rosalind Jeffries. We had Brother Mfudishi, who was there. We had the great granddaughter of Edward Wilmot Blyden, who was on the trip, and a whole host of folks. And so it was a very dynamic, group of folks. Of course, these are the pyramids of Giza, and so we've seen that before. Here is our elder, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, and you had, of course, we had elders there, but you also had youth. So you had parents bringing their children, and actually, this sister who I'm circling here, she came with her mother and her grandmother. So it's 3 generations that was on this particular trip, right? And Sister Felicia brought her 2 sons. This is one of her sons right here, and so it was very into the, here's Dr. Mama Jeffries here, just kind of in awe. I don't know what statue she was looking at, but I just happened to capture her right here at that moment. And we have Dr. Leonard Jeffries in the conversation over here with some youth, and then we have Brother Mfudishi in the conversation. These elbows is Brother Taki's elbows. So Taki is over here. I have another picture with all 3 of them in it, but I don't have it up for a sec. This is another Brother Asar. He's maxing and relaxing, I guess, looking at his photos that he was taking on his phone, and so I was able to capture this. I forgot who this is, but of course, when you go, you gotta take photos of the monuments, and I had an opportunity. I know Sister Felicia wanted to have an interview with. Now, I'm looking all kind of crazy because I'm just in my relaxing gear, and I'm thinking I'm just coming to set up my camera equipment to do this interview. But Sister Felicia's like, no, you're going to be in the interview. And I'm like, I'm not even dressed for an interview. So I look all kinds of crazy here. So I'm sitting here, in conversation with Mama Jeffries, Baba Jeffries, and Baba Mfudishi. And so it was an honor, being in this company on this particular trip, and sharing, a little bit of knowledge or whatnot. So I don't know what she's going to do with this footage, because she so I don't know if she's going to do a part 2 of this, so that we can get the full interview of what she wants. But that's that there. Let me see. Our sister hasn't come back from the thing yet. Peace, Sister Monica. She says, how is the sound now? I don't know. Peace, Momo, Tamika. Hitflix. I've been to Egypt back in the 80s. Seeing these pictures makes me want to go back. Matter of fact, they're doing another tour coming up in September. And, normally I would, try to have either Brother Taki or Felicia on right now, but they are currently, so that, remember that international festival that I mentioned earlier is happening in New York. It's actually a 4-day event. So it's happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Table there, and they're set up until 9 o'clock. And, so with that being said, I would have Sister Felicia, come on and talk, and I'll probably just have a separate show where she can come on and talk about the upcoming tour that's happening in September. And so, but yeah, so if you want to go this year, they're going, but of course I think they're going to go next year for sure as well. So peace and blessings. I see you in the back, Brother Rodney, and I'm adding you in right now. Welcome to the Mbongi. And this is another good brother who I had an opportunity to meet for the first time, on this great Hapi tour. And we have Sister Sandra Counts back.
Yes.
So there she go. Let me change this a bit. So now we have Brother Rodney with us. And so before we bring you back on, or Sister Sandra, I want Brother Rodney to introduce himself and tell us where you are hailing from.
Yes, good evening. Apologize. I had took a nap when I got home from work and woke up and saw the invitation and was like, yeah, this would be nice. But I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just honored to be on here tonight to talk about this amazing experience that we had, man. And I want to say I enjoyed you, my brother. I mean, I think I told you while we was there. I actually got a chance to watch the conference in Detroit. I bought that, and your presentation was off the chain as usual, man. So it was, yeah, good to see you, Sister Sondra.
Hi, good to see you as well.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Good to see you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Nice
it. Yes. So yeah, we it was kind of hard hearing you at first. So let's see if it's better. Just kind of introduce yourself and let us know where you're hailing from as well.
Okay, my name is Sandra Counts. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey.
All right.
And yes, it was amazing. The trip was unforgettable. I can't stop talking about it. And yes, thank you. You were incredible along with Baba and Fadishi. You both were amazing
Oh man.
tour guides. You were, I mean, I love sticking like right next to you. I have several pictures that I want to share with you that I took of you. You did
Oh.
not know. But yes, it was great. Amazing. Yeah, I met some
Appreciate it.
incredible people. I'm ready to go back. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask both of you this, but it as briefly as possible, can you tell us, what was your overall? And I guess we kind of got a sense based on your introduction, but what was your overall sense of the conference? It's not conference, the trip, and in terms of the people, and then of course the sites itself. So what were you feeling? What was going through your head? You know, uh, things of that nature. Anyone, you can go first.
Go first, Brother Rodney.
Okay, this is an easy one. Um, I'll start off with the people.
Mhm.
So I've been talking about this trip, and I've always said that the people, the energy was beautiful. It was like family, right? From everybody. Um, in these conversations, they call it woke, conscious, whatever you want to call it.
Mm,
But you can't really have these conversations very much around, your family and this and that. So just to be around people who we could talk about these things, and not only that, being around scholars like you said, Sandra, Imhotep, Asar, and
Dr.
Fudishi, and
Jeffries.
the Jeff. I mean, it was just, it was amazing. So that piece right there, the people, was it was a beautiful thing. But and then the sites, the pyramids had been on my bucket list for years, right?
Mm,
Um, the pyramids. I
Mhm.
didn't really know what else to expect outside of the pyramids. I mean, I knew the pyramid text. I wanted to see them, but seeing the sites, of course, hearing about them all these years, but actually
mm,
seeing them, and then having the brothers again, like Asar and Infudishi and Taki, and to
yes.
break these things down from our perspective,
Yeah.
right? Not whitewash, none of that stuff. Really getting the truth, seeing these things, going into the temples. Like I said, I'm still in the church, so I hear about temples and different things like that. But going to the original temples and seeing these things was just surreal, and getting the real history. And so it was an experience of a lifetime. I mean, it was
Yes.
just, yeah. I treasure. So that was a good question, Asar. The people and the sights, they both were just. It was just it was unbelievable, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely experience.
Yeah. I agree as well with the people we traveled with. And when I share this with my clientele, majority of white, 85%, and I say it's no other way to go but to go with this group. I said we were great scholars. I said we got the truth, this
Hmm.
completely lie that we were told. All this that, and I myself did not know until I started reading um, Anthony Browder's book, and I love that. I read before the trip, but it just really validated how racist this country is, this world, and the lies that are still being told in the history books. Um, so, and I have no problem letting these people know that it was it was definitely amazing and educational. And I was in class every day with these incredible scholars, Dr. Jeffrey, Taki, of course, you, and also, and Fadishi, who is us just, you notice the tour guides that were assigned to our group, which good guys, they were like, "Go ahead, brother, you go ahead and tell the story," because they hid the real story, right?
Yeah.
Most of it, when brothers knew exactly what they had left out, the important stuff. So we got that. I mean, this was the most amazing trip ever. And I was like in Uganda, like early part of this year, and I thought, ooh, that was nice. This was history. Again, reading about the pyramids. It was just fascinating just to be there and just to be able to touch what you were allowed to touch. So, yeah, I would go again in a heartbeat. I'm ready to go back. Yes, with the same group.
Indeed.
And I love the people we traveled with. Yes, Brother Rodney. Wonderful. Yeah.
Indeed. Well,
Yeah.
quickly, I don't know if Sister Brittany is still listening,
Oh,
or Sister Felicia.
cool.
They hit up in the chat, one in the link to the back stream. So if you are listening, I sent it to your. Oh, there we go. They live in the place to be.
Yeah.
Here we go. Boom. Sisters, so we got a triple treat. Felicia, Brittany, and Hassan in the building.
Woo.
Peace and blessings, y'all. How y'all doing?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes.
So, for those of you who do not know, the I guess 1/3 of the organizing committee is Sister Felicia on the left hand side. The other 1/3 is Sister Brittany, who is in the center, and the son of Baba Mfudishi, Brother Hassan, is on the right. And thank you all for joining. We know that y'all are at the International Festival right now, and it looks like it'll be closing up soon. But just kind of first and foremost, I introduced earlier that you all are doing another trip in September. So can you tell the audience about that?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you, Asar, for doing this show. And okay, wait, we're trying to get the little camera right. We can't get it together. Okay, we don't like this. This way we look better. Okay, we'll get in here some Hassan. First of all, it's so nice to see you guys, Sandra.
Hi.
That's what's up. Oh my God. And you know what? I have your shirt on today, Sandy.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
So, yes, we're doing our show. I'm sorry. We're going back with Mfudishi September 9th through the 17th. And you just go to iCatTours.com and, sign up. It's going to be great. It's going to really be nice.
Wow.
Land it out. And Asar was landed out too. He's very modest. I don't know why, but get it into.
Wow.
Indeed. And Sister Brittany, kind of introduce yourself and let us know what your experience was on this version of the Hapi trip, because we know you went before. Was it in the same year, or I guess in a year's time span that you went? But there's your second time, at least to my knowledge, going to Egypt, with us. So give us a little bit of your experience and your feelings traveling this time with the large body of people.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. Peace. It's Dr. Brittany Miley. This is my second time going, and you're right. It was in a quick turnaround, and it's interesting because every time I go with a different group, I get a different experience. So it's just interesting how the people and the elders can influence it, and just the people that you're going with. But this was such a dynamic group. Having the presence of you, Asar, Infelici, Dr. Jeffries, Mama Jeffries, just
Yes.
everyone sharing their knowledge and expertise and their life experiences. It was just amazing. And so every time I go, no matter how many times I go, it's like I see something different jumps out. The people are different. So this was an amazing trip. And of course, I'm going back, and can't wait to see what that holds.
Indeed, indeed. I appreciate you. And Brother Hassan, is he still there, or he just?
He was trying to run away. 1 second.
What?
Peace and blessings, good brother. I know it's going to be kind of hard to hear us at the festival, but I just wanted you to kind of introduce yourself to the audience and just tell us a little bit about your experience on this particular tour.
I'm Imani Salim, Felicia's son. The tour was amazing. I had a great time. I'm not big on a bunch of words, but it was once in a lifetime type of experience, what you should have probably 5 times in your lifetime. So, I wish I was going back in September, but I got things to do for next year maybe. But it was awesome. It was amazing.
All right. Appreciate you. Are you going to be there at the festival on tomorrow?
Yes, I'll be here. I'll be here every day.
Okay. Well, I plan on coming on tomorrow, so I hope to see you there. Definitely meet up again. So thank you for your time, and appreciate your word. And I know you got a jet, but thank you for your presence again, good brother.
Definitely. I'll probably see you before you see me here tomorrow, so I'll come up to you.
No doubt.
I know you're going to have the big cameras on you.
Always. I always got to capture the moment. You know what I mean? That's just how I do. All right.
Let me give you back to the beautiful sisters.
All right. Make sure y'all get the Hapi shirt. Indeed.
So you coming up, Asar, tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm coming up tomorrow. So what time y'all going to be there? Because I'm going to be there early.
It's going to be raining. You don't want to come when it's raining. You got to come in the afternoon.
In the afternoon? Will I find parking in the afternoon? That's the question.
I mean, we'll be here. We'll be here at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Rain or shine, we'll be here.
Cool beans. I'm supposed to be following Brother Sanjetti out there. So, hopefully, we'll be there at a reasonable time, but we'll be there. So,
okay.
But I know y'all busy.
The whole
What'd you say?
Group be right here waiting for you.
Where's Brother Taki?
He'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I know y'all got to get back to what y'all doing, and y'all about to close. But I will see y'all tomorrow, and I appreciate y'all for coming on.
Oh, appreciate you guys. Bye-bye, Sandra. I know I missed you guys already.
I miss you. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, they're always working. They're always working.
Yes. All right.
Always working.
So,
yeah. Y'all get some rest. As well.
So what festival is that? What are they doing?
It's an international arts festival. If that's the, and I know I'm messing the
is that in New York?
Yeah, it's in New York. It's in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn. Okay.
And so it's the International African Arts Festival. And it's off of Fulton Street. What's the park? It's in the park. Forgot, I don't be hanging out in Brooklyn that much to be knowing what everything is. but I already have the address in my GPS, so I'll be ready to go. You know, I think I'll be driving through Jersey. So, Sister Sandra, you need to go ahead to drive up to New York and go to the International
I'm thinking
African
about
Arts Fair.
yeah, because I'm like free tomorrow. Well, I work tomorrow, but I get off at 4, so maybe I'll drive up after work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what's the hours from 10 to 9?
Okay.
So it should
takes about an hour and some change to get there from where I live to New York. Yeah.
Indeed.
I'd love to make it.
Well, did y'all take a lot of pictures? Have you gone through the pictures y'all taken yet?
I did. I've yet to post my pictures. Yeah, I will.
So each day that I was there, I posted some pictures. Couldn't post all of them. I mean, it's just way too many. But I was trying to give my family a feel of the experience back home, right? So, but I mean, I probably took a good 300 or 400 pictures maybe, and tried to get as much video of you guys explaining, teaching, you know. So I haven't went through all of my videos yet, and I still need to do that. I might do that this weekend, put something together and post it. But yeah, it was a rich experience, man. Yeah, I'm still digesting. Yeah,
Indeed.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at all the photos that I took the last trip from 2015. So I have several hundred photos. So that's why this time I didn't take that many photos, because I have so many from the first. So, but I did take a good number and some video of some of the spots. So, like at least 2 of the locations that we've been to, I've never been to before, and so that was I got to experience something new in terms of this particular tour, like the tomb on the nobles when we were in Aswan, and I forgot the other place, but I got it documented. But
Pyramid text.
Well, I don't even think y'all got to see the pyramid text.
Really?
Yeah, we did. In the tomb of Unas.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because y'all went in.
We did. Yeah.
I didn't go in.
Yeah.
Because I went in the last time, and
okay.
And then with the pyramid text, like the actual pyramid, it's so much text, like you can't possibly, like, unless you just like, or with a excavation team or a university, you just spending time there, you don't have enough time to take as many photos of how much text is written in terms of the pyramid text, even the coffin text, but
so where is that at? Where's the coffin text?
What? I'm sorry, say it again.
Where is the coffin text? Where are they at?
In several of the pyramids, but in some of them are not necessarily even in the pyramids, because they've taken the coffins out. So you'll see them in certain museums. Like, I don't know if y'all saw any of because there was like a certain section that just had tombs, and you'll see the coffins in the Cairo Museum, and you can see some of the coffin text on the actual coffins. So it's just as it sounds. It's the coffin text, so they're on the coffins themselves. And so my question now is, what was one of your more memorable experiences there? Like, what stands out the most for you?
Gosh, that's a hard one.
That's a tough one. I can say, I'm sorry. What you gonna go ahead, son?
No. I'm just thinking. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I can say off the top of my head, um, of course, seeing the pyramids, okay, the Great Pyramid and all of that, but those pyramid texts, that was pretty big, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was huge for me. Like going down there and actually seeing that was just, uh, yeah, that was. I mean, that is a tough question, but just off the top of my head, I'd probably have to go outside of the pyramids themselves. That pyramid text was that was huge. That was huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely will agree with the pyramid text as well. Was really huge, and trying to capture all of it and trying to read some of it, and trying, like that right now, because of Baba and Fadishi, he actually with Jackie, we traveled together. We studied Kiswahili with him and a little bit of Nadu Metra. Okay, so Jackie rehearsed before we took the trip, so we were going over some of it together, and that was really deep. The stories that he
Hmm.
told, that if you, and it's like incredible impact once, if you know how to translate. That was emotional, but the biggest, I would say, for me, when I really felt like, wow, very emotional, was like when we went to Abu Simbel, right?
Mm.
And the gigantic sculptures, and walking into the tombs, stuff like that, the pyramids. And it was just, I just felt like real connection. I mean, more than ever than the whole time there being in that particular area. Yeah. And I followed Dr. Jeffrey, so I have some great footage of him talking about things, which I'm definitely going to post. But it's been like a little busy since I've been back with work and everything, but I'm going to get to it. Yeah. So that was just so emotional for me. I mean, really, yeah, all of it. I'm ready to go back. I'm going to check out September now, see what's up, see what the price
Indeed.
is. Yeah. Yeah. I'd
I
like to go back.
wanna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Continue.
I said I would like to go back, like right now.
Uh,
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
like I'm leaving job and and get it in. I'm trying to find a video that I took on my phone, and nope, that's not it.
While you're looking for that, I'll tell you another one.
Go ahead.
This, and I'm just going to be honest. Um, I don't know if you noticed, you might have, but I sat with you a lot eating dinner, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And that was on purpose
Uh,
because that was another big part of the trip that I like to learn,
Mhm.
mm,
and so just being able to sit there and soak up things from that was a whole nother element of the trip, like being able to actually sit and talk to you and Infodishi and the Jeffrey, just what I'm saying, that part of it was was an amazing thing. Yeah.
indeed, and that's actually a part of the experience for me as well, and it's not so much like soaking up information about Egypt, but just more so soaking up information about people's life and how they came
Mhm.
into
Mm-hmm.
this information. And
Mm-hmm.
it's different, like when you're going for the first time, you're really looking and being amazed at all of the monuments and the things.
Mhm.
But when you've come a number of times, now I'm looking and seeing the expressions on your faces. So I'm seeing the glee and the awe, and it's interesting because I caught this one photo that I'm gonna share on my screen, and so hopefully you can see it.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Oh,
That was
know,
yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So you just
Wow.
if you know, like I'm just a fly on the wall, and you're seeing everybody being at awe of the artwork and stuff like this. So like this is one of the greatest moments for me.
Yeah.
Is just being able to capture this, like this just snapshot of reality in motion.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know, and
That was a moment. Yeah.
indeed. And I have a couple more, you know, like this. I just got to edit. And
That was so you took that. I seen somebody that posted that. That's your picture.
I
yeah,
saw
that's
that.
my picture.
Okay.
You know,
very nice.
That's in the
So
pyramid
so here's a
text.
little bit of the video of it.
Yeah.
You know, you can. So there go you right there.
Moment.
There's Rodney.
Just amazed, man.
I'm at the
Kind
door,
of
so like
surreal.
my video editing, I mean capturing isn't all that great, but it was crowded in this area, as you can see.
Yeah.
Even though you're blurry right here, there you go.
There's Rodney.
And
just
you know,
surreal, man.
Yes.
So you kind of see the monuments and the rich, because this is inside. A lot of the color is still kind of there, so you can see the color of the actual people.
Yes.
You know, you see the brownness, you know,
Yeah.
of the folks that you can't hide.
Right. And that's one thing that bothered me, was the fact that you could see where our skin color was chiseled away in our features, how they wanted to just erase us, you know? And it's that was just so, I was angry by that. It made me angry, actually, to see that.
Yeah, that was that, and like you said, that was one of the things that made this trip so special, with Asar and Impudici, and actually able to make it plain who we were looking at.
Yes.
I mean, just to make it so plain.
Yeah.
That was priceless, priceless.
Yeah, that's a
I
great.
thought I heard someone else get on.
Oh.
Hold on one sec. Yep. There we go.
Brother
Rocky.
Rocky.
Hold on.
What's
up? Hold on one sec. Do y'all hear an echo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So yeah, so I don't know if you have your, well, he has headphones on, like, because something's giving feedback when you're on. So I'll make sure that I'm not talking, you know, when you're talking, or I'll mute my mic. But peace and blessings, Brother Rocky. Welcome to the Mbongi. If you can, you know, introduce yourself to the people, and let us know where you're hailing from. And the initial question that I asked, you know, everyone that's come on the panel thus far is, what was your overall experiences, and what was your feeling of the trip? Sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. All right.
Oh, okay. Let me take the conversation upstairs. The little one's downstairs. But yeah, I'm Rocky. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. You asked, what was my overall experience?
Yeah, your overall feelings of the trip. What was your most memorable experience? on the trip.
Yeah.
Just give us a little insight.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's my first time traveling to Africa, period. So that was an overwhelming experience in itself. But to do it with about 90 other people that's like all like-minded, all gravitating towards the same type of energy, building with each other like that, it made the overall experience like life-changing for me. I came back to the States with a whole new mindset to just get stuff done, get things accomplished, like just stop blocking my blessings with procrastination and self-doubt and things like that. But I think being around all of y'all for like 10 days straight helped me focus and recenter myself. Some of the things I could take away from the trip would be, first of all, seeing these places was just mesmerizing. The structure, the artwork, the preciseness, just the overall level of, it just looks like love went into every temple, every tomb, every monument, every structure. It looks like love was put into it for it to last as long. It's truly amazing to see, and to be up close and personal with like some of the most holiest places on this planet. Really like a remarkable feeling. From just viewing and listening to the elders speak and the tour guides speak as like they're describing stories on the walls, similar stories that I've heard before, but being in the presence of it at the same time is totally different. And like I just remember just looking at everything, and I just seen so much like love being shared on the walls, like with everything. It was like unity. It was this overall love like being showed, and like honor and respect within each other. It didn't feel like male was over female, female was over male. It just felt like a union amongst people, sharing stories. You know, some of these stories that carry over right now. But oh man, I would say like one of the greatest, well, probably some of the top moments I've had was with the people, sharing stories with everybody over breakfast or dinner, getting to know where everybody's from. I'm still connected with quite a few people right now. Like we talk every day since the trip has ended. Feeling like we're a part of something bigger than, you know, when we left Africa, feeling like we're a part of something bigger than what we were when we got there. It's truly amazing as well. The people in Africa were cool. It was kind of shocking to see like how many people like were just out there trying to sell everything to us. That was something that I wasn't prepared for, but didn't really stand in the way of like what I was there for on that mission, just to better myself. And come to find out, it's like 100 other people out there trying to do the same exact thing. So it was truly amazing. I remember going into I believe the store was Aladdin or Aladdin or something, one of the stores across the street from one of the hotels we were at. And the brother had like a lot of great stuff in the store. But I walked to the back and the brother just asked me my name, gave him my name. He broke down my name in hieroglyphs, meta nature or whatever. And he put an unk right on my neck and said, "Welcome home." I was like, I've never had that embracement until that period. And he like that was it. Like he walked away and just let me look around the store. That was just like something. He said, you know, this is your, what did he say? He said, "This is your home. This is your land. These are your things. You've come to return and retrieve them. I thank you for that." And put the unk on my neck. Truly, it was just a mesmerizing feeling. I never thought that would ever happen to like a person like me, thousands of miles away from home, for somebody to greet me like that and make me feel like I'm supposed to be there. That was something that I truly hold dearly, and I share that story with the people over here as well. That's one of the things I take away from that trip. It's just the truth. It was a blessing. It was dope. It was dope.
Indeed, indeed. I wanna, and I appreciate and thank you for sharing your experience there. I'm trying to find, I don't know if it's a photo I have or a video, but there, you know, I wish, you know, this is, you know, only one of the only thing that, you know, is not speaking negative, but I wish that y'all would have been able to experience is to go into the Nubian village and to interact with the people
That's what
there.
I wanted to do. Yeah. Yeah.
And hold on one second.
Talking about while
we
we
didn't get it.
we went.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you talking about while we were on Elephantine Island.
Yes, because the Nubian village was not. Well, there's actually two of them there, but there was a Nubian village that wasn't that far from where we were at. You know, and but I'm bringing this up to say, like I'm gonna share this video real quick. All right, so this is the Pharaoh Khafra. That was in the Cairo Museum, and I don't even know if I have at least for this trip. I know I have. Well, no. So this was something different as well on this trip. So y'all are lucky because when I was here in 2015, we couldn't take any video or any photos in the Cairo Museum.
Oh.
Really? Wow.
And so I was taking a number of photos and video there, but this it's not coming up really clear because I kind of am in passing, you know, with this. But there was a brother, a Nubian brother. So we didn't get to go into the village, but you know, a few of us had an opportunity to meet with a Nubian elder in Aswan who was at the hotel. Well, you know, and then we got to chill with a few of the brothers and ride the boat. But one of the brothers, let me remove this. You really can't see, and I wish, because I should have asked, but I didn't want to be, you know, that brother. Like, can I just take a photo of you? You know, like in an exploitative fashion. But I should have. I should have risked it, you know, at all because he looks just like Khafra, the statue that I just showed. And you're not going to be able to really see him that well, but we had an opportunity to no, that's not the video. This is the video. Can y'all see it? To chill with a number of the Nubian brothers on one of the boats, you know, late in the evening. So I don't even know if you can hear this. And you're going to hear that "Oh Alele" song everywhere you go when you in Nubia or in the presence of Nubians. Hold on. So this is the brother I'm talking about right here. Like if you was to put his face, and you really can't see him too well here on the video, but you got to sit there and just look at him. Like he looks just like Khafra, right? And when you look at, for example, like this brother here, it looked like he fell off one of the temple walls. Like someone poked him and he fell out of the wall, right?
Wow.
I remember
And
these brothers.
yeah, so so this is one of the transportation boats outside of the
Yep.
hotel in Aswan, right? So
Wow. Hmm.
I was sure wishing I would have went out there with you guys after I saw this. Mm, sweet.
we go for a long time, but this brother here, I swear, he looks just like the kid. Matter of fact, when I first saw him, I stopped him and was like, damn, you look just like a pharaoh, and I can't figure out who. And this brother here, brother Asar, the other brother Asar, I don't know if I got a good shot of him in here. You know, he saw him, and when I said it, he's like, you know what, you're right. And then he went through his phone and found Kafra. And we was like, yeah. So we showed everybody, and then we showed him, and we was like, this is that brother, you know.
Wow.
And but you know, you got to see the hotel that we stayed at, you know, in there, and it was just a good vibe just to be on the boats at night on the Nile, you know,
Nice. Nice.
in Aswan.
Boy, did I
With
miss that.
your, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, boy, did I miss that.
Yes. But you know, it's those kind of experiences outside of the monuments that is that makes a trip like this, you know, memorable. You know. And so now the question is, for those of you who did not come with your, I guess, immediate family, do you plan, if you plan on coming back, bringing the family with you? And anyone can answer.
I definitely plan on it, right? You know, that's kind of a, I guess, a no-brainer, you know, because it can't help, you know, it can't help but to change your life. It can't help but to affect it. You know, it's a must. I went to West Africa a few years ago, and I want them to make that trip too, you know, but this here is more of a origin, right? You know, it's very important to understand the origins of anything. So to experience the beginnings and the greatness, you know, like Brother Rocky was saying, just the greatness of everything that we did, to see it. Oh yeah, that's definitely something I want my family to experience. So yeah,
indeed.
I definitely plan on bringing my two girls and whoever else wants to go on this journey, this path with me. I don't plan on that being my last time being in Africa or Egypt. You know, I may just try to hit up Aswan a little bit harder um, than what I did previously. Just for those types of experiences, because I felt like a little bit more at home dancing on that boat and just seeing more people that look closely related to me. Like even the brother that was like one of the cooks, I'm like, man, brother, like you remind me of a brother cooking at home.
Look, I'm telling y'all, when you go into the Nubian village, you're gonna see some folks, you know, and at first glance, you're like, how did you get here? Oh, that ain't so and so from my block, you know, from my church, from my what's the name? Like I'm telling you, like you go to see some people that look like they just fell off the subway in Harlem, you know. So now I guess, so we know that at least sometime in the future you may go back to Kemet. But is there another place in Africa that you want to go next that you haven't been?
Just from what I hear, I would say Ghana would be a really place for me to like another place I should say for me to go. Just because I hear the love that they share towards us coming over there to come like basically back home. They embrace us. So I would say Ghana. I don't really have a certain destination at the moment outside of that. But anywhere where there's some more knowledge, or just like feeling like that, like I'm open to it.
Yeah, I'd say Ghana as well. You know, my experience this year in Uganda was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And it was just so nice being around just people like me. You know, that felt so good for the first time. Everybody looked like me, you know. And I was with a bunch of others, with a group who owns a coffee company here in Pennsylvania. And they get their cacao and their coffee beans from farmers in Uganda. So while I was there, my mission was to find out how are you treating people who are, you know, producing the cacao and the coffee beans. And you know, I was like asking them, you know, on the down low, like what's going on. But they said they're treated very well, you know. It sounds like they're, you know, they're being fair. There's like fair trade and everything, and they make sure that they have, you know, like wells for water and schools for their children. It's all free, you know, for the parents and so on and so forth. But that was an incredible trip. But this was like off the chain, amazing. No comparison, you know. Yeah.
Indeed.
But Ghana,
Brother Rodney?
yeah.
Yeah. So Ghana was where I went to a couple years ago, and that was an amazing trip. I just went by myself, right? And I saw people over there, and I'll just say this: I saw people over there look like my family, right? I mean, I could have sworn my cousin Puddin, we call it Puddin, was in one of the restaurants working there, right? I'm staring. Um, But yeah, that is definitely a great place. The slave dungeons, you know, I don't call them castles, they're dungeons. That's a good, you know, good thing to do. But so I've been doing genealogy for 20 years on my family history, and I'm you know, that's one of the part of my triangle: genealogy, history, and then uh, biblical history, all that. But in my genealogy journey, I've done DNA tests. And so I found out that my father's line goes back to Gabon, the Ndumu tribe in Gabon. So I would like to go there to see my father's side. And my mother's side, the maternal side goes to Guinea-Bissau. to the Balanta people. So I would like to go there. So those are the two other places that I really want to go. You know, outside of that, man, anywhere in Africa, you know,
Yeah.
it's just, it's, oh man, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. That whole idea of connection, you know, I think that's what we all need is that idea of connecting back, you know, back to our origins. It's
Yeah.
just, you know, it's so how it's supposed to be, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So,
going to add that too. I didn't go into the trip knowing anybody. I knew of Infodisi and Dr. Rosalind Leonard Jeffries. Really great brother and Sondra. That whole trip, it felt like everybody took time or went out of their way to make sure that everybody else was catered to, helped, just offered. Just, I don't know how everybody lived their day-to-day life, but I don't see that every day. Not like that. Where that many people that don't know each other came and embraced each other every day, called each other brother, sister, God is king, on a daily basis.
facts.
There's
Yeah.
always a younger person right there to help an elder.
Yes.
It was just, it was just something that my eyes was blessed to see, and seeing it is like now I made it a reality. So even when I come back here, I treat it differently. I cherish it because I know I don't see it often. So I try my best to go out my way to make that energy here because I know how I felt over there. I still got it in me. I still got that same type of feeling in me, and I'm carrying it with me. And it's even helped me let go of a lot of things I was carrying on just for so long. So that was just a beautiful moment, that connection, like Brother Rodney just said. Just feeling connected really made the trip a lot better.
Yeah.
Did y'all get a chance to put your hands or feet into the Nile River at any point?
I did.
I have water too. I have water in my room too.
That was my next question. Were y'all able
I
to
meant
sneak
to
some Nile
bring,
water?
look,
I don't have
anybody
water.
selling some Nile water? I need
Yeah,
some Nile water. I didn't.
Man, I'll be
I meant to get some, man. I
my
missed
house.
that.
I
I
bless
missed
I
that on.
need
myself. I bless my kids with that water.
I need some.
I do.
How about the rock? How about the rocks, Rodney? You have rocks, right? Did you
I
get
got some rocks. Yeah, I
I
got
got
some
rocks.
rocks. Yeah, I got some rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, my first time there, I made sure that I left with some sand and some dirt. I made sure it was from the Nubian village, so that's where I got mine from, and some Nile water. They were trying to get me to drink it. I wasn't that bold. Yeah, but I'll take some home.
I
I
don't
gotta,
know if I would have been that bold either, brother. I don't know.
you know.
My
But
next trip definitely going to bottle up some water and to bring back. Yeah. But I was in it. Felt so good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
my next question is, and I think it was Brother Rocky who said something along these lines earlier. But what has, if anything, this trip inspired you to do when you return, back to your homes? What did you say that, what, I got to move forward on this as a result of, experiencing what you experienced, if anything at all?
Y'all want to go first?
It's anybody, I'm just
I
throwing it out
thought
there.
he was asking Brother Rocky first.
Oh. Yeah. You can go, sis.
Oh, well, for me, it inspired me to speak the truth, tell the truth. I know that we're from kings and queens. I know that. But it inspired me to even like preach it even more. to the children and to people to know that you are great. You are from Kings and Queens, you know, um, and just spread what I learned, like share that with everyone I come in contact with. I'm just like, this is like, this trip was the trip of a lifetime, you know, with scholars and learning, you know, about the real history. Okay. I talked about the Ten Commandments, Rosetta Stone. I like a lot that I absorbed and also do videos. And I'm, you know, like to get some more, you know, videos because me being 5'1", like I was like, I couldn't get as much as I would have liked. But there are some people who are taller, able to get a lot more, but definitely a trip of a lifetime, you know, hands down.
Speaking of that, I don't know if, well, you really can't tell because he's sitting down. I think both of these brothers are pretty tall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if Brother Rocky or Brother Rodney was in front of us, she wasn't gonna get no good video.
Man, I was
So
like,
just
come
letting you know.
on, guys, come on.
Sorry.
But I do have some great footage of Adishi, Takei, and also you, Brother Asar, and a few other, and definitely Dr. Jeffries. I'm going to put it out there. Definitely going to get it out there for all to enjoy some things that he shared with me. I'm like, ooh, maybe that was about history, of course. I'm like, okay, you know, this is some good stuff right here. And how he was like trying to, the largest pyramid that we got to see, but we did not go inside. You remember that one of that day? The huge one? Remember
Well, the
that?
largest is Giza.
I
I
thought
mean
that's
the pyramid of Giza.
I call him Baba because he was my
Khufu.
son's teacher as well. But he said that that was like one of the, that's when we took pictures on the outside, very first group picture.
Okay.
You know where, I don't remember where exactly we were, but Dr. Jeffries went up and he was like, bam, he was trying to like knock it down with his fist. Yeah, knock something down, but I'll post it. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
He's amazing. I admire him.
Brother
But yeah.
Rodney.
Yeah, so I kept in mind why I was going, right, which was to get the history, you know, that I wanted so bad. And what when I got back, what was in me was to learn the Medu Neter, right?
Mm.
When I found out that Baba Mfudishi was having his class, that was like, you know, good news, right? But that's one of the main things when I got back that I was determined to do was to, because one thing I was inspired by was you guys knowing how to read the Medu Neter, right? You and Infudishi and Brother Taki and I don't know who else, but you guys were, you know, and I thought that's just so fundamental, right? That's just so fundamental to this research. So that's one thing that I was really inspired to do. You know, is to learn how to read it, just like any other language. If you can read the original language, then you can really get more of the truth. So, and as far as, you know, because I'm not like most of us, I'm not just going for myself. I'm going for my family and my people here. You know, so to be able to relate it. So that's probably the most the main thing that I remember that I came back with was the desire to learn the Medu Neter, the hieroglyphs.
Brother Rocky.
For myself, I went into the trip. I went into the trip preparing myself to let go of a lot of things I've told him on to. So when the first trip was scheduled for like, I think February, March, I was already preparing myself like mentally for it. But when it got postponed and And they were like, do you want to stay with the trip or take the money back? I'm like, don't give me my money back. Just keep it there. Like, cause I had a bigger goal. Like I felt like when I go on this trip, I'm gonna try to relinquish some of these things that's holding me back here in the States. So when they moved it to May, I'm like, wow, that's right next to my birthday, right around the same time. So I'm like, all right, I just held on a little bit longer. Once I got to that trip, once we got close, like every time we got near the water, I focused and I meditated and just kept telling myself, like, release it, just throw it in, just I threw all my problems in the Nile River, man. And it really helped. It really helped. I came back. Well, while I was there, I had a clearer vision, and I started to hear people share similar stories to things that I've been doing or aiming towards, or things that I wanted to learn. They're already doing it. So now I got access to people that are doing things that I know I can get in contact with them to start journeys in different areas. And then I was like another source of light to some people too, with the things that I offer. So it was just very healthy trip for myself. I came back with a whole different focus, and it's shown. And some people kind of moved around, which is what I wanted in the first place, in a positive way. But it was just like I've outgrown those things. I've carried them a little bit too much longer than I was supposed to. But once I got to Africa, I let it go, and it's helped me here. It's helped me with my daughters. It's helped me at my job to the point where I'm ready to just go full-fledged into my entrepreneurship and with my music. It's just helped me focus a lot more, touching that soil and seeing things that we created and built, and it's still here, and knowing that everybody wants to learn and steal from it. Just having that melanin in my body, it felt like I was activated while I was there, and I brought that same feeling back. Just having 100 other people that I probably can just have access to if I'm not feeling well, and I know that they'll be there for me. That's pretty much key right there.
Ashe. To answer my own question, every time I go to Egypt, I'm reminded how much I'm not putting my all into what I'm doing, because the hustle out in Egypt is unmatched. Anywhere that I've been.
Oh man!
And I want to share this video of, I don't know if y'all were on our boat when this happened or whatnot, but you will see people come up to the boat, even bring the children to the boat. And so
yeah, man.
Yes.
Is everybody trying to get in where they fit in? So even the kids be coming on the surfboard along the boat.
Man, they was getting it.
Hustling.
Mm-hmm.
So he like, I'm gonna use my cuteness to get this paper. Right? And this is in Aswan. For those of you who are listening. So you can see him getting his paper. And
there was a few of those kids that was doing that.
Exactly. And so, when I think about, like, going hard for my business or something like that, like I gotta have that that Egyptian hustle is what I call it. You got to get it in when you don't feel like it. It's like you either find a way or make a way, and so I appreciate the hustle out there. But we'll be wrapping up soon, so before we go, I just want I don't know if y'all want to share your social media, but if you do, let us know where we can find you and get more information about your experiences and just what y'all do, you know, in here in the United States. If y'all have any businesses or anything online, you said you had music, so where can we find your music and all this other good stuff? How can we get in contact with you? We'll go with Rodney, Sister Sandra, and then Brother Rocky.
Yeah, so I have a Facebook and YouTube pages. I have a few YouTube pages, but the one that, so I'm into history. So I have a Facebook page called The World's Best Kept Secret that you could chime in on, and it is about history. It's about our history, and also it's a wealth of information. But The World's Best Kept Secret, it's got a black page in small white letters, says World's Best Kept Secret. And on YouTube, it's the same thing, The World's Best Kept Secret. But you can connect on there, and I'm always open to learn more and more and more. But this has been amazing. Thank you, Asar, for the invitation. And I definitely want to experience it again. Yes, sir.
Indeed. Well, before you go, you said that you've been doing genealogy for your family for the past 20 years. And I don't know if you've ever considered, I don't know if that's part of your page already, but even discussing and kind of teaching people and sharing your knowledge on how to do genealogy
Right.
for not I don't know if you offer it as a service to others, but at least sharing, what you've learned, what you experienced, roadblocks for people who want to get dig deeper into their family. And if you haven't considered it, I just want to throw that in your ear, because it sounds like you have a lot of experience in that, and the world can benefit from your wisdom on that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I've never really thought about sharing that part, but yeah, it's something, because of our story, how our history was interrupted, right? So being able to go back, and I was listening to this one comedian from South Africa. I'm sure y'all heard of him, Trevor Noah, right?
Oh yeah.
So Trevor Noah, I was listening to him talk about how he didn't really understand why. This was years ago. He didn't really understand why us so-called African Americans would be so happy about going to Africa, right? So he was telling this story. He would be like, he said, yeah, I would see them kiss the ground, and he said, I thought it was so funny. He said, until he realized that the story had been taken away. Because he said, for me, I can go back. I know my ancestral, going back thousands of years. I don't even think about it, right? So understanding that has been, taken away is such important for that connection. So that's something that I think is so important to us, knowing who we are on top of what we're doing now. So I had never really thought about sharing that part. So I would, I'll definitely consider how to work that in, and I appreciate that coattail pull. Yes, sir.
Like I always tell folks, when I understand that you are big into, and not any of you in particular, but I'm just saying in general, that you're big on history, going 500 years and earlier. But the real important history that you should collect and know and jot down and be ready to pass down to your descendants is the history of your family. And a lot of times we'll neglect our family history, for a more quote unquote glorious ancient Egyptian, ancient Malian, Benin, empire, and then some of us who go to Morocco, Moorish, whatever it is. We want to jump all the way there for greatness and not understanding there's greatness in Grandma Rose and Aunt Daphne and Grandpa James and things of that nature. So, so that's why I like, if you weren't doing it, and I'm not saying that you have to personally share your family history, but just, consider maybe sharing that information and inspiring, be another voice for people learning about their more immediate history as far back as they can trace it. So, I appreciate that work that you're doing just for your family. Indeed.
That is so true, my brother. And if I can just share this, in this room back here with this door, this is my weight room, and I have a big dry erase board in there, and my daughter lives with me and my sister, but my daughter goes in there, works out sometimes. But I have a big old dry erase board, and I have my family tree right behind my bench, right? So I got her at the bottom, me and our parents, and I got everything branched out going all the way back because, like you said, love begins at home. Greatness begins at home. So it has to start with you and your family, your grandmother, and if you don't see the greatness there, it won't really be complete. And these 3 pictures over here are some family reunions that you can't see them, but we started doing our genealogy, and I just want to share this right quick. I started doing my genealogy, and so in 2014, me and my sister went to a reunion on my father's mother's side. And so we were coming back, and my sister was coming back. It was in Dallas. Was coming back from Dallas, and my sister said, "Rodney, I've got this last name. My last name is Jones. I got this last name, and I don't know nobody related to me with this last name," which was true. We didn't know anybody related to us with our last name. And so I said, "Yeah, we need to have a family reunion." And when I said that, I chuckled because I always say, if you see something need to be done, then you're probably one that needs to do it. So I said, okay, I guess we got to do a family reunion. So anyway, long story short, we ended up starting family reunions that hadn't been done for 39 years. So I said all that to say, on top of what you were saying, when we get started, start a family reunion. If you don't already have one, right? If you have one, get involved with your family reunions and get to know your people. And if you don't have one, start one. My thing, I was going to start one under a tree. I kept it real simple in my mind. I don't care if we met under a tree. I just wanted to get my family together because that's where the history begins, is with your family. Yeah. So
I appreciate that.
anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Brother Rodney. That's beautiful. I started with my genealogy, and I'm not quite there yet. It's like I'm the youngest of 5, and certainly my siblings did not ask questions. My parents, grandparents, no one volunteered anything as well, which is really sad when I look back at photos of photos of back in the day. Blank on the backside. There's not even a name or a year or anything. So it's really sad how things went back then. Yeah, I'm trying to get that piece together on my end with my family. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but you do what you do. Those who come out and participate, they will. Try to teach, and if you can, great. Yeah. So I have a business. I don't have like a Facebook page about history or anything like that, which I just found you, Brother Rodney. Thank you. But I would love to have help on my end too, getting there. Um, yeah, so I own a day spa, 20 years in Pennington, New Jersey, which is a historic little town in Pennington. So celebrated 20 years this past March at that particular location. And I'm a healer. I do massage, yoga facials. I with my treatments. It's a very special room, and I have people who come in to see me who have had like women who've had like with cancer undergoing treatments, because when they come see me, I take them to another place through massage. So I do specialize in that, and waxing, and we do manicures, pedicures, and facials. And yeah, so that's what I do. I give love, and I'm a healer every day. Yeah. So it's Sondra Skin and
Awesome.
Body Care Facebook page, sondrasskinandbodycare.com, and also Beautiful Wax and Boutique. I have 2 businesses in one location, and both in Pennington. Yeah. Pennington.
Awesome.
all right.
Let
Appreciate
me say one more thing. I'm sorry. I do have my own company. I'm an electrical contractor. I've been doing that for 30 years. And my company is New Day Electrical Contractors. It's on Facebook. So I just wanted to put that out there. Uh, yeah, that's what I do.
And I just want to say that on this trip, met a number of entrepreneurs, people who are building and have their own businesses, and this is another kind of a reason to go to such trips, to be able to network and to share those share those networks, with each other. And this is one of the things I wanted to make sure that we got out here. So, Brother Rocky, social media and any kind of businesses, creative works, what you got?
Yeah, it's funny that you just mentioned that, because during the birthday celebration, I had asked if they could take down everybody's information on the tablet, just to see what everybody does, because I put it to where, like, if I knew what everybody does, I wouldn't have to probably shop at Walmart anymore, because I'm sure I
Hold
can
on,
get
you're
it from
breaking
the
up a bit.
system right here.
I'm
Can you
sorry,
hear me?
you were breaking up. So if you can kind of repeat
Yeah,
the last part, what you
yeah. I
just
was
said.
just saying that I kind of mentioned on the trip that if we all knew what everybody had to offer, we probably wouldn't have to shop nowhere else. There's too many people that do too many amazing things that we could all just support each other, and everybody seems to be into something that we possibly could need. So I thought that was like a really valuable thing to do, like just to learn what other people have and what are they doing. The genealogy, like that's something that I've started as well too. My older brother was the first one to start initiating that and putting the family tree together. I took a DNA test as well as him, just to start the path, start that legacy with our family, to share that information with the elders and the children and things like that. So I'm on that path as well too. As far as what I have on social media, Rocky Kelley, KELLEY on Facebook. Instagram would be under my producer name, Skoedup. It's I just put instead of my real name is Roscoe. Nobody calls me that. So yeah, Sko is SKOE, and then MINATI. I just took the first 4 letters out of Illuminati and put my name there, and that basically means like I'm gonna be the one bringing y'all to light with my music. That's how I kind of had that. It's funny because I didn't really plan it, but my logo was a picture of the pyramid and like me reaching inside the pyramid to grab a microphone. And I had no idea or any plans of going inside of a pyramid ever when I created that. And I did it. I didn't even realize that I had did it until I got home and looked at my page and was like, wait, you don't even know what you just did. You kind of like wrote that into existence for yourself. So yeah, that's, and then my music is on pretty much every digital platform at the moment. Underneath Skoeminati, Skoeminati. I have another instrumental album coming out in July 16th. I'm actually working with another brother, David, on some music now. David and Brian, actually from the trip with music. I actually just sent Sister KELLEY in Chicago background music, like theme music, because she says she wants to start doing live more, like going live and like talking and doing hair and things like that. So today I just blessed her with her own theme music. And yeah, so I'm creating every day, staying inspired, listening to the sounds. Like I got an opportunity to play the drums. I'm not sure if I was on the boat with. I'm not sure if I was on the boat with y'all, but the brothers let me play the drums. It was pretty, like, it came to me naturally, so it was really cool to catch that. So I'm gonna try to catch that vibe that I'm making, and that'll be inspired. It actually got me inspired. I actually started writing lyrics while I was there that I sent to the brother Joel, because he's into music. We'll do a little EP just based off of me being in Egypt. Not really sure when I'm gonna release it, but just working. That's all. So that's pretty much where you can find me. Outside of music, I do have my own small business where I sell all natural healthcare products. I make my own massage butters. I sell essential oils, body oils, raw black soap, shea butter. And yeah, kind of light right now. I used to have a few more businesses. I have my own moving. I have my own like box truck, so I was moving people. But I had to get rid of it. It cost too much money to get fixed. But yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at right there with those things right there, and just trying to raise the little ones so I can pass this down to them, and they can just take the legacy wherever they decide to take it.
Indeed.
Sweet.
Well, I do appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules. I know it's Friday and y'all could be at the club right now, but you chose to spend your evening with me on this platform. So I am eternally grateful. And you know, I know it was kind of last minute, you know, with me putting the call out there, but you know, fate has it that y'all showed up, and it was, you know, again, it was an honor to meet each and every one of you on this trip, and to be able to sit down and have conversations, and
Likewise.
just to exceed your to be part of your first experience, you know, in Egypt, and to be a part of that memory that y'all will have forever. So again, it's a great honor, and I don't take it lightly. And so I wish you all, you know, well, and of course we'll all be staying in touch. And if you can, for all your businesses and the like, if you can send me that information, I will come back and re-edit the description, and I'll put your information to your websites and your Facebook pages and Instagram and the like in there. So when people come back and is looking at the archive, you know, it'll be in the description, everything that they just said. And so, you know, with that said, and thanks to Sister.
Do you got like an email or like what other information? I'm just writing down everything. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Can you ask it again?
Yeah, I was just asking, like, what other ways we can contact you, or how would I send this information to you right now?
So
Facebook.
You can send it either through Facebook to the Herald. So it's not going to say asarimhotep or you can go to my asarimhotep Facebook page, but in our personal Hapi group, it's going to be Harold Johnson as the name of the account. Or you can just send me an email at info@asarimhotep, info@asarimhotep.com. Or you can go to my website, asarimhotep.com, go to the contact page, and there's a form there. You can send me an email that way. Either way it goes, it's multiple ways to send it. So on Facebook, Harold Johnson, or you can go to the asarimhotep public page. You can still send me a message there, or again at info@asarimhotep.com, or just asarimhotep.com, and go to the contact page and send me your information. So either way it goes, y'all should be able to find me.
Do you have a do you have a YouTube page? Can we find you on
this
YouTube?
is well
this is on YouTube.
This is on you. Well, I broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So, but this will be on YouTube. So so what I'm saying in terms of your information, it'll be on the YouTube page.
It will be. Okay.
Yeah. So, so when you send me that information, I'll come back to the YouTube page, and on the description, it'll be in the description under your name, so people know for Brother Rodney. Then, you know, all your links, Sister Sandra, and so everybody should be able to put a face with a name.
So your YouTube, because you just sent the link. So your YouTube page is asarimhotep, right?
I'm sorry, you broke up right when you were saying. All I heard was your YouTube page.
Your YouTube page is asarimhotep, right?
Yeah, I don't even know what the actual link is, but if you put asarimhotep, that's it. I think I'm the only asarimhotep on YouTube for now, so I should be easy to find. The program is called Mbongi, and Mbongi is a Kikongo word, essentially for an institution that is located in the center of the village, where important decisions are discussed and debated and made in relationship to the community, as well as, you know, new information and education, especially for young people. So that's what an Mbongi is, and so this is the digital space Mbongi, you know, where we do similar things. So that's my YouTube.
See, this is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff. This is why I was sitting with you at them tables, getting little stuff like this. Yeah, sweet.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
well, again, I do appreciate each and every one of you, and as well as those of you who are listening live on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitter, and those of you who are catching the archives. And so, and I also want to give a shout out to Sister Felicia and Dr. Motley, Sister Brittany, and Brother Hussein for coming on earlier and taking some time out of their day at the International African Arts Festival, you know, to give a shout out and let us know. So I'll probably have some video and some conversations for them tomorrow when I see them all in person. And so I don't know when the next broadcast will be. So again, it's probably been 4 or 5 weeks since I've done a show. So I'm just getting back in the fold of things. And so, you know, I'll let y'all know what's coming up next, you know, upcoming interviews and things of that nature. So make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. And and if y'all haven't, my last interview was with our good brother Unc Kim Sama, who is out of South Africa, who is a healer. He's a professor, actually. I should say Dr. Unc Kim Sama. You know, educator, historian, and spiritual teacher as well. And so, you know, he was the last interview that we did, and it is up on the channel. I didn't do it live. It was pre-recorded, but it's on the channel if you were unable to, you know, catch it when I first premiered it. So, you know, we always have good people on the program, exciting, wonderful teachers and entrepreneurs and scientists. And so that's the space, the Mbongi. And so with that said, I'm not going to take too much of your time. And I wish you all well. And y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe and hug your loved ones.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Star. Thank you. So happy to be here to see Brother Rodney and Rocky. Yeah.
Likewise.
Thank
Likewise. You. Good to see everybody again. Touch bases.
Yeah.
See the smiles and that energy.
Okay.
That's some inside stuff for y'all don't y'all don't know. But with that said, y'all be easy and y'all have a
maybe I'll see you tomorrow in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'll try to I'm gonna wait on you. You know what I'm saying? She said she'll be here in a couple hours. And so hopefully
I'll say help, I'm lost. Help. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right. Y'all be easy.
All right. Peace.
All right, you'll be blessed. Peace.
All right, everybody. Blessings.
Peace.